Hey everyone, Nvidia just had their recent GTC conference, the biggest conference of the year, and one of their biggest announcements was NeMo Claw that's built on top of OpenClaw. And what are the features of it? It runs claws more safely. It has become the operating system for personal AI. It adds security and privacy controls so developers can build and run AI systems with more confidence. The second thing is that you can use any coding agent. You could tap open models like Nvidia Nemotron, and a privacy router connects agents to cloud-based frontier models, allowing agents to develop new skills with defined privacy and security guardrails. Another thing is that you can deploy anywhere. So always-on agents need dedicated compute to run tools, write code, and complete tasks. NeMo Claw provides local 24/7 compute for autonomous agents or systems like Nvidia GeForce. So how do you get started? So we're going to copy this command. You can either do it in your terminal or you can do it with your agent. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up my terminal and I'm going to type Claude. And then I am going to start with this. Help me install Nvidia NeMo Claw. So it's actually going to do some research and it's going to find out how to install NeMo Claw, which is really cool because what's happening now is with all the complex package installation, you don't actually need to know all of the terminal commands and the ones that get outdated, etc. All you have to do is just let the agent do that for you. And so what it says here is it says, I found it. It's a tool for running OpenClaw securely inside Nvidia Open Shell with a managed inference. However, the key issue, it's Linux only, you're on Mac, so it won't install natively. If you still want to proceed via a remote server, you can run it this way. These are the requirements. So it looks like NeMo Claw won't be able to run, at least in this example on the Mac, but let me try doing it with the terminal command because I'm just curious to see if this will run for us. So I'll just come up here. So it looks like it is installing NeMo Claw. And then, yeah, we'll see what we can do with it next. So it is running the NeMo Claw onboarding. It's piped and it's attaching the onboarding tool. So it says Docker is not running. Please start Docker and try again. So maybe we can install Docker. Let me just go here and I will open up a new window. And I'm just going to go here and I'm going to go with Claude. And I'm just going to debug it here. I'm just going to copy and paste this. And I'm going to paste this in here. And we're going to figure out how do we start Docker. I might need to actually download it for my laptop. So we can actually run it here. Let's try it this way. So we're going to go like this and we're going to try to install Docker. If you've already installed Docker, then it shouldn't be an issue for you. But what I'm going to do next is once this is done installing, I'm then going to say NeMo Claw onboard. So it's just downloading right now. So once it's done installing, I can just run NeMo Claw onboard. Is that correct? Got it. So I just need to open the Docker app and then it's running. So it says open the app, give it a minute to start up, and then you're good to go with NeMo Claw onboard. Okay, great. And what does it really mean when Docker is open on the desktop? What is that doing for me? And what is the difference between Linux and my Mac? So my question now is, I think it installed successfully, Docker, that is. Now, what do I do next? Because I don't see it in my applications. Just gonna actually see if it did come up here. Wait, if I open it right from the terminal, okay. Okay, I think it opened, or it's gonna ask me to open it. All right, perfect. It looks like it is opening, so I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna add my settings. It says the software update is installed, so I'm gonna install that. Personal Docker, I'm gonna put my login with email. Okay, it looks like Docker's running on my laptop. Now, do I run the NeMo Claw onboard? All right, so it looks like NeMo Claw might have onboarded. Which one should I choose for this step here? And I'm just going to ask, like, which inference option do I choose? Nvidia, OpenAI, other? So it says go with Anthropic. So I'm going to go with for Anthropic. Now it's asking for the Anthropic API key. So I'm going to grab my Anthropic API key and I'm going to paste it in, but I'm going to put it on another screen so that it doesn't get shown to the video. Okay, so now I'm choosing the model. And now it says what inference options are in. Oh, 4, choose model. We're going to 1. Oh, it says invalid API key. Okay. Let's try 7, Olama. I think that's an open source model. I chose Olama. Okay, it seems to have loaded pretty fast. I chose Quen 2. I'll just give you a little copy and paste as well. Okay, sounds good. And once it is finished downloading, what do I do next? Okay, great. It is almost downloaded completely. And I'll give you what it says to do next. Okay, I'm going to paste what it does next. Okay, great. So it says it's progressing nicely. It's setting up the Open Shell gateway container in Docker now. The waiting for Open Shell namespace may take a minute. While it internalizes the environment, just let it run and paste the next output when it moves on. Okay. It's currently initializing the environment. So we just have to wait here, I believe. And it is starting the gateway. So it looks like the gateway is now being started up. And so the next thing we'll do is ideally, we'll see what we can do next with the gateway once it's complete. But it does say, yeah, gateway is healthy. So how do we use it? Okay, so I believe I've named it my assistant. So I'm just waiting for what's next. Looks like it's building the sandbox. The first build can take a few minutes since it's creating a Docker, and just wait for it to finish. It should continue to step 6 and 7 automatically. Paste the output when it progresses. Okay. So it looks like it's just loading. Maybe could you explain to me what NeMo Claw is adding to the environment? Like, what is it able to do now? So if you could explain this to like a 5th grader, could you explain it? I'm also going to open up the dashboard. It looks like Nvidia Open Shell cluster is running. So yeah, I think that's what I need to figure out right now. Like, when will it be done running? But we will figure that out soon. So it says, imagine your computer is your house. Normally, if you want to try to build something messy, like a science experiment, you do it right in your bedroom. And if something goes wrong, your room might get messed up. Docker's like setting up a tent in your backyard. You can do all the messy experiments in there. And if something goes wrong, you can just take down the tent. Your bedroom stays clean. NeMo Claw is like a helper that sets up that tent, puts a smart robot inside it, and gives the robot tools that you can work with. You can ask the robot to do things, and it works safely inside the tent. The gateway is like a walkie-talkie you can use to talk to the robot from inside your house. So basically, NeMo Claw gives you a safe space with a smart helper inside it and a way to talk to it, all running on your computer. That's pretty cool. So it does look like the sandbox is available. I'm just going to copy and paste this in here just to make sure that it knows what it's doing. It's basically saying building image, Open Shell sandbox, pushing image, Open Shell into gateway NeMo Claw. And so it says policy loaded, policy version 3 submitted. So it says onboarding is almost done. The last step is policy presets. So I'm going to copy and paste this here, and I'm going to paste it in here and just make sure everything is running correctly, because it says Sandbox is my assistant. The model is Quen 2.5, and it says onboarding is complete. Everything is set up to connect to your Sandbox. Run NeMo Claw my assistant connect. Let's try it. All right. And I think it works. I think it worked, but I'm just not sure if it actually worked. Okay, it worked. You're now inside the sandbox. Notice the prompt change from this to sandbox. Oh, okay, that makes sense. You're no longer on your Mac directory. You're inside the isolated container environment. Try running something to confirm, like, Who am I? I ran who am I, but nothing happened. Okay, no spaces. Who am I? Okay, it says Sandbox. It says Sandbox, but now how do I actually use the Sandbox? Well, I'd like to be able to use the agent in the Sandbox. Okay, so it says to do this in the browser. Okay. It says device identity required. Connect to the gateway to start chatting. Okay. How do you connect to the gateway? Config. Okay, can you do some tests for me? I can't send you a screenshot, but I also don't see the way to sign up. Are there any terminal commands we can run from the Sandbox? So it looks like there's some helper commands, ACP, agent control protocols, backups, browser channels, quadbot, health. So these are all the things you can run. So there's a lot here to deal with the device identity required. So let's go something called devices help. Let's see what it says. So just gonna paste here. So it looks like these are the options in terms of device pairing and auth tokens. Approve a pending device pairing request, clear paired device from the gateway. So I think we have to configure OpenClaw for this to work. So we could say, do we want to do it? Do we want to do it locally or remote? I think what it's going to ask me to do is to configure it remotely. Oh, got it. Go with local. Okay. All right. So I'm going to copy and paste this. What's next? I think it'll probably be workspace. Okay. Is it this one? It's probably Sandbox OpenClaw workspace. That default path looks correct. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to copy and paste this. It says error, permission denied. Sudo OpenClaw configure. Try to command with elevated permissions. Okay, but it says command not found. Or fix permissions. It will open that directory first. Try fixing the permissions when it's available. Okay, I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay, let's try using the Open Shell directly. See what the Sandbox commands are available. So a really good way to debug is just kind of go back and forth between your terminal and the agent, and you're kind of in the loop the whole way, which is nice. So we're here. Just going to copy and paste and see what's possible. Yeah, I know this is taking a little while, but so it's saying, let's try connecting as a root. If that doesn't work, the simplest fix, maybe just try to recreate the Sandbox. Let's start with this. Okay. Paste it in here. Create the directory first. All right. And great. I ran those and it looked like it worked. All right. So it's probably going to say the next thing. Okay. Please don't happen. All right. All right. Do stop there. But that is basically how we've been setting up Nvidia NeMo Claw. Kind of makes sense that you can use OpenClaw from a virtual environment with Docker. And yeah, we're going to try again tomorrow.